Hey everybody, welcome into Old Mountain Bricks. We've got another Lego City update here for you today. We've got to place a few builds we've been working on. We've got some minifigures. Hopefully we've got some new parts that are coming in the mail any second now. So we're going to hopefully make some upgrades to the roads again, maybe the beach. We'll see, just depends on what all comes in. Let's go ahead and jump in and kind of see what we can get done today. Well, it's another great day here in the Lego City, which means we've got to make some improvements. We've got to find some things to do in order to keep making it even better. As you can see, we've got a few construction areas going on around the city. Every time we try and do a Lego City update, we try and save some of the builds we've been working on. We need to place all these minifigures from our Minifigure Madness video from the other day. We've got like the Jedi Starfighter, we've got the sailboat over there, we've got Spider-Man. And a few other things, like I mentioned, maybe parts and pieces or just some general improvements, but we'll kind of see what we can get going today. So I think one of the first things we're going to do, we have another base plate that we got on discount. So you see that green one right there in the dark green? We're going to try and get rid of that one, and at least move it up to at least square it off a little better. So let's jump over there and see if we can do that. Okay, so we've got the wireless hooked up here. So like I said, we've got this plate, so let's open that up. Comes in the paper. Another one of like the light green base plates. I'll just put that right there for now. The weird thing is we're kind of in an interesting angle as far as being able to reach that spot. Over here is about 4 base plates away. Over there it's about 3, but we'll try it from over here. As you can see, we've got like the dog canine training right now on it, so we'll just move those out of the way, and we'll just move our horses. They're just taking a nap, they're fine. Okay, get the dark green out of there, and we are putting the light green right in there. We're going to put a brick right here just to kind of keep things secure. And I think that looks pretty good. Of course, the nature area could use some work, but it's okay still, I think, for now. So we'll just kind of put the police thing over here again. Okay, there we go. So that way we can, pretty sure these are Lego horses. I think these ones aren't. This black one I don't think is, but I've had it just as long as those other horses, so no reason to get rid of them now. So there we go, we've kind of hooked it back up there. So for now, he's gonna live right behind the skiff from Jabba's sail barge. And then let's see if we can find a place for some of these minifigures. And here's a quick overview of them all there. We've got some Star Wars, some basic construction, some Marvel, some CMFs, the Adventurers, Harry Potter, the Lego movie. So all kinds of fun. Let's see if we can find some spots for them. Okay, we've got the Ghost hanging out with Hank Pym Ant-Man. We've put Valkyrie together with Ragnarok Thor. Thought that made sense for now. And then Mordo over here hanging out with the original Ancient One, since those two kind of came in the same set or a similar set. All right, we've got a little clone meetup here with some of the original, with an old school Boba Fett and the Kashyyyk Trooper, and then a 501st Trooper hanging out there. I put the Sand Trooper right over here, hanging out, because on the beach and stuff, with some of like the Jabba sail barge folks there as well. We've got some of the evil adventurers hanging out over here, plotting something. Frankenstein's hanging out by the scary pirate island. We've got the pirate over there. I'm sure I've forgotten a few already where I put them. We've got the clone. I think we put Leia just walking down the street. We've got Good Cop hanging out right there. Petruvius hanging out right up here as a ghost. And Sirius Black way over there. We've got this poor construction worker looking at all the mess that the Avengers are making that he's going to have to clean up. Tonwi hanging out with the Royal Guards, so I think we've done a pretty good job dispersing everyone. We've cleared off the brick stick trademark, so we can put that away for now and open things back up over here. So I think we know what we need to do right here. We've got our sailboat from our cool video the other day where we built Lego on the beach. So I'm sure we can find a nice spot here for that on the beach here. And a couple minifigures and a dolphin. Let's move the mini Steamboat Willie out of the way, as I don't know if that's going to be his final spot. So the sailboat is unique as it does actually float, but there are no studs on the bottom, so you can't actually attach it, which is fine by me, which means we have to kind of put it at a fun angle, right? Otherwise, it doesn't make sense anyway, right? So the thing is, this is probably as large of a boat as we can have, and I think it looks pretty good. So we just have to find the right spot for it that still allows for good creativity somewhere in the Lego city, especially if you do put Steamboat Willie back up here, because then we've got two big boats kind of hanging out. You could kind of put it over here on this little unofficial dock that I've started to put together. It's more of a barrier than a dock, but eventually when we build the old fishing store, which is calling my name right down here, that'll take up a good bit of it, because ideally that would go like right back here. So I want a building, beach, water. So that way there's still enough going on here that it makes sense. That's why I haven't really expanded into those base plates, because I don't want to do too much if I'm going to end up tearing all of this out here. So let's see. So let's put the sailboat right about there. That looks pretty good. And then I guess we'll put Steamboat Willie just kind of behind it like that for now. Let's kind of turn them around. Kind of get two different angles right there, and that helps break up that a little bit. So if you scoot that down, we've got our boat captain also just out here. So we'll just leave him right there. But I think that looks pretty good. So I guess we need to have somebody driving the boat, right? So this guy's got his, I'm about to be sick face, but I guess he's the adult involved here, so I guess he should turn that frown upside down, bud. Okay, and there we go. You see, it's definitely safe for that little girl to be standing up there trying to take a picture of this dolphin jumping out of the water. Well, we've got his face turned around, so he's actually a responsible person driving this boat this close to shore. But I think that looks pretty good for right now, so we'll call that placed. And I think it just adds a nice bit to our Lego city. So here's the Spider-Man final battle again. Of course, I really wanted it for the minifigures. But the build is pretty cool, and like I said, I don't have a specific display area quite yet for sets kind of like this. I'll show you what we've got so far. We've got this just kind of right over here with sets I don't really know what to do with at the moment. But, they're doing okay. Actually, that could be where Frankenstein lives. I might need to bring him back over here. There we go. So I think what we're going to do, like I said, we have this like Avengers Complex going on right here with like the facade there and the Hall of Armor kind of behind it. So I really don't know what's going on over here, because it's kind of its own building, but it's really not. So, but we've got a ton of minifigures and Thanos and all kinds of stuff going on in here. So eventually I want to integrate it a little bit better together with the Daily Bugle and the Sanctum, but for now I think it's doing okay. So I think all I'm just going to do for now is put the Spider-Man final battle just behind the Hall of Armor and see what that looks like. Putting it right there, I guess, gets the job done for now. Eventually we're going to try and fill those up with more modular buildings, of course. But again, just to have more of the superheroes in the area, it's something I've kind of been more passionate about as far as collecting minifigures than others. But I think just having those right there will work for now until we get a better idea of what we're wanting to do in our Lego city. As far as what we're going to be adding next, I'd really like to improve the beach area. So again, hopefully some of those parts come in so we can do that. And as well as get finished up on the roads and sidewalks in some of these places so we could stop worrying about that as well. But as far as buildings or modular buildings, we've got a number of things still under the table to build. Like I've said before, I don't want to go through them too quickly as they're very expensive and once I'm out, so I don't want to go through things too quickly. Like we've got the Ghostbusters HQ sealed in box sitting right here. You can see another one just kind of sitting there. There's the corner garage and a few other boxes just all hanging out under the table like we showed you the old fishing store earlier. You can see we've got the police station, Assembly Square, and the haunted house. All kinds of fun stuff down here. So looking at the list of modular buildings, what I've been doing is kind of building from oldest to newest, and I think we've kind of caught up to recent-ish with Assembly Square actually being the next one, which is a base plate and a half worth of space, which gets a little interesting in some of these areas. That's, of course, if I don't find, you know, the Grand Emporium, Corner Cafe, Market Street, or the Green Grocer for a pretty good price. Some of those are unlikely, like the Green Grocer. But the Grand Emporium normally is decently cheap compared to the rest of them there. So if I find them out and about, I'll definitely look to pick those up at some point to add those in, especially since 2 of them are corner buildings, which if you saw my last Lego City video, you know how important that is. So we'll kind of see. But I do think Assembly Square is going to be the next one we do, which is in that box right there. So probably sometime in May, so definitely stay tuned for that. We'll see. We'll see. And then one of the next things, of course, we want to keep improving like our nature area and campground area, as well as just the overall city. Like we talked about earlier, we've got this whole mess over here with kind of like the train depot plus the Avengers Complex. So the sooner we can get some of the roads kind of in order, the sooner we can kind of figure out what else is going on, especially transitioning between areas like right there. Is one other thing we've been meaning to add on to Craggle Town Hall is it was missing a piece, as you can see, when we first got it. So I have found a 1x1. See if we can put that in here. You can still hear the glue cracking when you press on it. There we go. Let's go check out the fire brigade, see if I got the right piece or not. So, not only did I get the wrong piece, I also got the wrong size. So it's a 1x8 tile that I'm needing. So, well, you win some, you lose some, I guess, right? I'm still okay with the brick bank back here. I kind of want to see the front, but I guess we'll come back here enough in order to see it. But it'll do for now. Eventually, I think it'll end up somewhere over there, but gotta put it somewhere. Guess what? It's here. Got some more pieces that just came in. I'll try and show you kind of a little bit what's going on in there. Mostly stuff for the roads like we've been talking about, and then a few things to try with the water. So you know what that means. Sorting montage. Let's go. And just like that, we filled a container right here with a bunch of pieces. Will hopefully be good for the roads. Some more of those, much of those, bunch of those. We got some olive green leaves that I'll sprinkle throughout the city to add just a contrast. We've got some transparent blue pieces. These are just like tiles in transparent light blue, regular blue, and clear to kind of just test out how I want to do the beach, and then I'll order a whole bunch of whatever I'm wanting to do, but that'll get us started. We also got a few of those, and I think I needed this for the fire station. I'm not sure if I got the right piece, but we'll find out. And then a few other of the transparent and just 1x2 with the actual studs. So overall, a decent little haul there. Again, just kind of a filler one for right now, but we'll go ahead and start working on some roads next. Some of the time lapses you get music, some of the times you get me doing the voiceover. This clip looks a little funny, sorry about that. I accidentally recorded it in normal speed and decided just to speed it up. As much fun as you would have liked to listen to Andy Serkis tell The Lord of the Rings during this, this is much more amusing, I would say. Putting it together, it's just a lot of repetition, putting all the plates together, just kind of doing it over and over. So I tried to do it kind of assembly line fashion, so I didn't have to do things multiple times, and it really just kind of starts coming together. This is the first time I had enough pieces to really do a whole plate in one sitting, so that was exciting to actually be able to do for the first time ever, so that was a big plus. As far as I'm concerned, we basically made a highway here. So now we just got to put some tile on these bad boys, and then we'll find a place for them in the city. So let's go ahead and see if we can go ahead and do that. Okay, and we've got 1 road plate, 2 road plate, and 3 road plates. So that all took a little over an hour, if not maybe a little more. So that's how long it took, and a whole ton of pieces, as you can see there. So let's see if we can go find a place for a couple of these bad boys in the Lego City. First one, let's slide in this one in front of the Avengers Tower. There we go. Because I think we're going to need to redo this center and put more crosswalks here once we have some more. But for now, we'll go ahead and finish that part up. Okay. And look at that, all of a sudden, we have got some more sidewalk out here. So we're going to be able to fill that in quite nicely now with some of our minifigures and stories and stuff, which are all scattered right here, but we'll get there in a moment. And then comes decision time. I think I'm going to put one right here, because might as well. But then I've got that third one where I can either probably put right here, or, well, you know, I should maybe put one there, but I normally want another crosswalk that I'm going to want to install there, similar to what I have over here. So I can't replace that one either, because that one has that without taking the pieces back off. Okay, and we have decided to put it here, despite my best judgment, just so we can kind of have the front all done all right here. And then, of course, we put the one here, which looks really nice now, since that kind of makes the Avengers Tower more of a corner building. And I think that looks really good together here. Because I already have two more of what I just kind of swapped out there to get those ready for when the time comes. So we might make more, whether that's this video or next one, we'll see. I think we still have some parts to do, so we're getting a little low on the 2x2 jumpers, but we'll see. I'm sure there's some good promos coming up again for more pieces. But I think that looks pretty good. So let's see about getting at least some of the folks set up here. Okay, and we've kind of put some of the stories back together with Thor still standing in the street and the police officer kind of blocking off this little stop and causing a little backup over here. But that's okay. But I kept some of the stories I was going on about earlier, I think. So, I think it looks good, and the added sidewalk means even more minifigures are going to be able to get in here. So, I'm sure I'm going to do another minifigure haul at some point. I pick them up every now and again, just in order to really populate our city over here. But I think it's coming along, brick by brick, as they say, getting closer every day to filling it up already. But I think that's going to do it for today. So I appreciate you coming by Old Mountain Bricks today. Of course, if you enjoyed the video, hit the like, comment, subscribe. Even more LEGO City content coming your way. Until next time, have a good one.